Hello everybody and welcome to TradeStation's Market Review. My name's Simon Clarke from Trade with Precision and I'll be discussing some of the key markets of interest right now. Now the first market I want to take a look at is the mini Dow future, and last week, if you recall, I was looking for the mini Dow to rally or for the trend to continue up towards 17,000. Now the market's right there now. It's actually at 17,015. So the question is, what now? And if we take a look at the sort of daily chart here, we can see that the 17,000 level has been previous support and resistance, and it's a big round number, and it's the first sort of level that I can see on this time frame that we've sort of encountered. Of course, above that we've got 17,200, 17,400, and really what I want to see is a bit of evidence here that there is strength in this market for the market to break these levels and to continue higher. So what I'm doing is I'm coming down to sort of intraday time frames, and just starting to look here on the 4-hour chart. We can see that the market started to flatten out here on the 4-hour, and we've also got some divergence coming into the indicators as well, just indicating that there's sort of potential weaker momentum coming in too. But coming down a little bit further, if we come down to the 60-minute chart, we can certainly see that there's a sort of a level through here where the market has found sort of previous support and resistance before. So just above 17,000, around sort of 17,060. We've got a pivot point there today. We've also got the market testing that level a good 3 times. So for me, what I'm looking for is a decisive break above this level. If we get that, then I'm looking for, again, intraday opportunities long up towards 17,200 and then 17,400 respectively. Now, the other market that, or one of the other markets I was looking at last week was copper. And if you recall, what we were looking at on copper was a breakout of this level around the 2150 area, and we were looking for trading opportunities long. Now, the market has now broken through. It's now continued to rally. It's actually rallied right the way up to 23 up here, and now we've sort of got a pullback. So for me, the question now is, well, where is price going to pull back to? And where is the turning point going to be? And I don't really sort of see any evidence around here. Possibly 2,200 here might be sort of quite a nice area. But when we come down to the intraday time frame, so if I come down to the 4-hour chart, for example, we can see that the market has actually rolled over into a downtrend now, and the market's broken through the moving averages too. So because the market sort of pulled back this far, there is a little bit of support around this sort of 2,200 just here. We've got a bit of a level of support and resistance there, but again, the 4-hour being in a downtrend, I want to see charts where we've got multiple time frames all in trend agreement here. So for that reason, I'm looking at the oil market here. I'm looking at crude oil. I think this is now looking a little bit more interesting to me. So sure, on the monthly chart and the weekly chart, we can see that the markets are in downtrends, although on the weekly, the market now has pushed above the previous high. So we're now technically in sort of a no trend state here on the weekly chart. Of course, coming down the time frames to the daily chart, we can see the market's already in a nice uptrend and looking quite nice. Nice convergence here on the indicators, just indicating we've got some nice strength in the market here. So the question is, where could price sort of move to here? And I mean, certainly looking up here, we've got sort of like 45 up here. We certainly sort of got nothing in the way for a potential move up towards the old highs, at least within the context of this trend. So I'm sort of coming down to the intraday time frames, and if we come down to the 4-hour chart, we can see that we've just got a lovely trend structure here. We've got the sorts of optimal chart structure that we look for in clean, smooth, flowing trending markets. Moving averages in the right order, predictability, the market's coming back into the moving averages and moving on again. We've got convergence on our indicators too. And just to top that off, if we start to look for some market structure through here, we can see that around this 36 level, the market's found resistance before, and it's now finding support as well. Also happens to be in the moving averages. So again, looking for opportunities from here for the trend to continue long on these intraday time frames. The next one that I want to take a look at is currency market. Now, if we take a look at the yen, I think the yen is sort of one of the interesting currency markets for me today anyway. If we look at the higher time frames, we can see on the monthly we've now broken this downtrend, and now we've got a real push higher. The same here on the weekly chart. We've got a nice structure here of an uptrend, moving averages in the right order, and convergence on our, or agreement with our indicators. The daily chart doesn't look quite so nice here. If we open up the daily, the market did put in a lower high, but it has put in a higher low as well. And looking at this, analyzing this high here, we can see that we did have a lower high on the RSI, but we had a higher low on the MACD. So, sorry, a higher high on the MACD. So again, the divergence here, or the disagreement here, was a little bit mixed with our using these techniques with our indicators too. So coming down the lower time frames again, we can start to see in the intraday time frames we just got a nice trend structure forming here. Moving averages in the right order, nice convergence, nice agreement with the indicators indicating there's strength in the momentum of the market long. And what I've been looking at here is on the likes of the 60-minute chart, we're just getting a breakout here of the of this sort of level where the market's tested this pivot point good 3 times in the context of this trend. We're just breaking out above that now, just giving us sort of evidence that we've got some continued strength in this market. So I'm coming down to these intraday time frames, looking for either breakouts like this to be getting long as the market breaks above them, or looking for trend flow opportunities as the market pulls back into the moving averages here. Okay, so let me tell you about the webinar events that we're running here at TradeStation. If you come across to the TradeStation International website, come over to the webinars tab, you'll find the list of live webinars that we're running, and the first one that we're running at the moment is tonight. So it's tonight London time, so 7:30 to 8:30 UK time this is. You can come across to the website here. If you would like to join this session, you can complete your details here and join. So tonight's session is going to be looking at the top futures markets. We're going to be focusing on the live markets, looking at the techniques that we use, look at the interesting chart structures and some of those trading opportunities that we're looking at. So we look forward to seeing you on the webinar this evening. Hope you found it useful, and certainly look forward to speaking to you next time on TradeStation's Market Reviews. Speak to you then. Bye for now.